Are you thinking about buying a home soon, but not sure where to get started? Maybe you're finding the whole process a little overwhelming or intimidating. Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Steve Jamrock with Realty Executives Premier, and I created this 4-step video series on how to get your home buying process kick-started off on the right foot. Now, before we get started, if this is your first time here, I'd be honored if you went down, hit that subscribe button for me. If you like this video or like the content I'm putting out there, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share this with anybody else you know who may be interested in buying a house in the near future as well. And if you have questions, please leave them in the comment box. I'll be sure to respond to you. Now, today's step 3. If you've missed step 1 and 2, make sure you get back there, scroll through the videos. There's a lot of good content there. But today's step 3, this is the fun one where we actually get to schedule home tours and go out and look at homes. Step 1, we formulated a plan, set up your goals. Step 2, we got you pre-approved. Now we know what you're looking for. Now we have a budget in place. Now we're going out there physically looking at homes in step 3. Now, I'm going to do a lot of the behind the scenes work for you, a lot of the heavy lifting in step 3, where I'm sending you listings daily, looking through our MLS multiple times, making sure I'm not missing anything out there, talking to my colleagues, making sure that there's anything coming soon or off market that may fit what you're looking for. But of course, you're going to be looking through homes as well, because there's nothing more fun than scrolling through and looking at properties, right? But one thing I want you to do is make sure you get out into the communities that you're interested in and drive through some of the neighborhoods. So just because you want to move to Crown Point, let's say you're a Munster, doesn't mean you're going to like one of the neighborhoods over the other. You know, I'll stick in Crown Point, for example, where Crown Point's fairly large. You know, we cover all the way out into Winfield Township, Crown Point, parts of Ross Township as well. So maybe you drive through a new subdivision in Winfield, and then you drive to downtown Crown Point, you realize, wow, you know, it's a good 15, 20 minutes at certain times of day to get downtown. I want to be closer there. So, or maybe you drive through a neighborhood and notice that the neighbor has a huge RV parked in their driveway all the time, or you don't like the landscaping on the other property next door. Whatever the case is, we want to make sure that we catch those items beforehand. You know, pictures do wonders to properties at times, but again, they don't always show the true picture of the entire neighborhood. So you don't get that until you actually get to drive through and see the property firsthand. So now when we do find a house that you like in a neighborhood that you like and you're ready to go, your next step is to contact me. I'll set up the home tour for you. And we want to make sure we give that seller enough time, enough notice to be able to get out of the property. Remember, a lot of times these houses are going to be occupied. They have jobs, they have families, they have dogs, whatever. They need time to pack up and get out. It's not easy doing that multiple times a day. So we want to give them enough notice as possible. 12 to 24 hours is great. But in active markets, obviously, we want to be able to move a little bit quicker. But the one thing we don't want to do is pick up the phone. Hey, Steve, I saw this property. I'm sitting out front. Let's go. Let's make sure that we give them enough notice. Everybody will be happy from the start. Now, once we get to the house, make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Most of the time, we're going to be asked to take off our shoes, especially if it's new flooring or new carpeting or it's rainy, snowy, weather conditions, muddy, whatever the case is. But if you come prepared to take off your shoes, it's not going to be a surprise for you when we have to do that. Also, when we're touring the house, we're going to stick together as a group. We're not going to have one person run off in one way, one person run off in the other way. It's not going to be the HGTV tour, but we're going to go ahead and walk through the homes together so I can answer questions, room by room for you. Also, as we go through the house, I want you to be comfortable in the house. I want you, if you want to test the water, test the toilet, by flushing it, or open up windows, open up doors. Those are all fine and acceptable items. But what we're not going to do is sit down on the couch, put our feet up, and make ourselves extremely comfortable. Same thing goes with your children. They're more than welcome to come along on the tours, of course, but we're not going to let them play with the toys in the house or run around on a swing set in the backyard. Those things, again, let's have some etiquette and respect other people's property there. And one last thing on the groups and the tours, we want to make sure that we keep it as small as possible so that you can focus on the house and what you like and what you don't like about the house. A lot of times people try to bring extended family with them to walk through the property as well. And I found that you just don't make an informed decision there. A lot of times family members, especially parents, want the best for their kids, rightfully so. So they will overly point out things that may not really be an issue to you, but become an issue because your parents don't like it. So I try to limit it to who's going to be on the purchase agreement. If you feel more comfortable having your mom or dad there, or Uncle Jim, who's a contractor, let's schedule a second showing to come back through there and take a look with them at that time. But we don't want a huge group walking through there. Just keep it to just you and your significant other, if there is one there. Now, to make sure that you can go ahead and pay attention to the house and formulate your own personal opinion on that property. Last thing I want to talk about is bathroom etiquette at the house. Again, that's one of those gray areas where we don't necessarily want to use the bathroom at the property while we're there. If it's an emergency, ask first, but don't just presume that it's okay to use a bathroom at a property, especially if the house is vacant. I've been on numerous showings in the past where somebody doesn't ask and just goes uses the bathroom, and all of a sudden they realize, hey, the water is off at this house. What are we going to do now? So we don't want to get into that situation. So again, just make sure you ask first. And same thing goes with the rest of the property. If you're unsure about something as we're walking through, if you can open the door or not, make sure you ask. I will have instructions beforehand for you. Hey, we can't go into this room for whatever reason, or they got a dog locked in the garage. We can't look there. Whatever the case is, most of the time, everything is okay and ready to go. But if you're concerned, have a question, make sure you ask. And the last thing I want to talk about is video and photographs at a property. And also being videoed at the property. So as we walk through in this day and age, there's cameras everywhere. Most people understand that now, but what we don't want to do is walk through and just start discussing the house, what you like, what you don't like, or more importantly, talking negatively about the house. Let's keep that to ourselves till we finish the showing, get out there, then we can discuss what the pros and cons are of that property. But too often people walk through and start criticizing other people's tastes, and that's just not a polite thing to do when we're out there looking at properties that they took the time to leave the house for them. So keep your opinions to yourself until we actually leave. If you want to take a video or pictures of the property, make sure that you ask first. Sometimes home sellers have things in the house they don't want shared online. So again, make sure you ask before you start taking videos and pictures. So that's step 3, getting out there on the home search, some tips and tricks on how to make sure your home search goes well. If you have any questions about that, again, please comment below. I'll get back to you or reach out to me directly. And look forward to talking to you about step 4 here in the next video. Talk to you soon.